Hey guys, welcome to Real Estate Investing TV. I'm your host, Will, a mentor, coach, and a trainer. So stay tuned, and today we're going to talk to you about Power Team. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to Real Estate Investing TV. Okay, subscribe now because you just started, and a lot more is coming. So today, I'm excited to talk to you guys about Power Team. Power Team is so much important than you actually think it is if you are already a real estate investor. So if you start just about to start in real estate investing, I will strongly encourage you to have the right power team. And I said it properly, not only having the power team, but having the right power team. So what does that mean? That means to interview each and every one of them. So when you talk about power team, what who is who in your power team? That's what important. So now think about it. Every time you actually going to buy a property, who you dealing with? You dealing with a real estate agent, right? A real estate agent. You dealing with a property inspector. You need that these people. You need a lawyer. You need as well as a mortgage broker. Okay, and because you plan to buy um, real estate into volume, so you will need an accountant. Okay, you need somebody they call bird dog. So that's people that can go around. They can be a truck driver, they can be a taxi driver, people's on the road all the time. They can come across properties that is distressed because a lot of time you're going to work with a lot of distressed properties, just distressed sellers. So you need those people so that they can, provide you those leads. This is very important. However, I found that over my experience that when you don't have the right person and the right spot, when you need them the most, that's when they run MIA, which is missing in action. Okay, so I have deals, and I trust me, having a good lawyer, having a good mortgage broker, a good real estate agent, it's really, really important. Like I don't know how to stress that enough. Okay, they don't matter as long as you don't have a deal. But when you actually have a deal, and think about it, sometimes you might work on a deal for 3 months, 2 months. Some people work on a deal 6 months to a year. Okay, and when you actually have come to the time where you're actually going to close the deal, and that's when your power team that starts giving you problem if you don't have the right one. One of the things I noticed with my power team, when you go to interview them, please look around, go to their office, look around, see if they are organized. If they are not organized, the way they are, this is how your deal going to suffer. And you don't want that because you want whenever you have everything ready to go, your contract, if you're selling a property or buying, everything is ready to go, you want to be able to do it right away. And by just talking to people and not taking time, okay, to really interview them, know who they are, what they do, how long they've been doing this, going to make your deals suffer. I promise you that because I've gone through that personally. Okay, so you need to ask them, do you invest yourself? Have you worked with other investors before? Okay, they need to understand what you're trying to do, and try not to work with newbie because newbie just gonna slow the process down. And think about it, if you are at the stage right now where you're just a newbie yourself, I'm sure you don't want to work with any newbie lawyer who doesn't know about real estate investing or mortgage broker or real estate agent, because a lot of times I found like they just don't understand what you're trying to do. Now, it would be different if you find one of your power team willing to learn. If they're willing to learn, if they're willing to understand, you can educate them about what you're trying to do. That will be beneficial over the long term. But sometimes you come across some power team member that they think they know it all. They figured it all out. So there's nothing you can uh, teach them. You can show them. So therefore, I promise you, if you don't want to suffer, if you don't want your deal to stay under the table and nobody take a look at it, just find the right power team. And people who know what you are doing, what you're trying to build, they will be there. They will understand you. They will guide you on the right pattern. They will tell you what to do. Before you pull a trigger on a deal, you need to talk to your accountant so that your accountant know how they gonna put that deal for you for income tax purposes. Because the goal is for you to build an empire. So if you wanna build an empire, you need to know how to structure your tax properly. I'm not an accountant, but your accountant can go over that with you. You need a lawyer because a lot of time a good lawyer, real estate investing lawyer, I said it right. Not somebody. Listen, everybody who is a lawyer, they can do a basic real estate transaction. That's no problem. Okay, they can do a real estate basic transaction. But because you are a real estate investor, so that means you're gonna go sooner or later, you're gonna go to the creative part of things. In fact, even though you can qualify for a mortgage today, couple mortgages today, it is strongly encouraged you still deal with a right lawyer, a right mortgage broker, and so on, because they can help you to buy more properties, to do more transactions over the long term. So it is very important that you work with the right people. Okay, so because when you don't work with the right one, I found like they just don't understand what you're trying to do. You just have a lawyer, he doesn't understand when you talk to him about seller financing, when you talk to him about the agreement for sale, when you talk to him about all the stuff, he doesn't joint venture and so on. He does not really understand what does that mean. And then some lawyer out there, they pretty good at what they do, okay, in the real estate investing field. Some lawyer, they just don't like to let any deals go. They will say, yeah, 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 I know. Come across lawyers like that. I know, yeah, I can do it for sure. But when you actually come to the time when you need them the most, that when they're not standing out. You need a good agent, a real estate agent. Why you need a good real estate agent? Because you want an agent that sends you deals that actually, when you take time to look over the deal they send you, that actually worth your time. And they can provide you with good CMA, which is comparative market analysis. You need a good agent that can help you go to those houses because there's a lot out there. They can search MLS and they can be on you can be on their buyers list, but they that people that send you anything, everything. Okay, because like a lot of times you will find people that send you agent that send you a whole bunch of properties, and the time you spend 1 2 3 hours screening those properties, but at the end of the day you realize that was complete waste of time. Okay, you need a right mortgage broker because the mortgage broker they dealing with different lenders. The lenders they know which lenders got best gonna fit your strategy, fit your portfolio, help you grow your portfolio of properties. This is very important. You cannot go on real estate without having go too far in real estate without having a white power team. You need somebody, and every bill accountant, lawyer, a real estate agent, a mortgage broker, and so on. You need them to be organized. And I found that very crucial. Every time I go to a lawyer or a real estate agent, in the office, and I see them, they're not organized, they just communicate that any deal that you have is not gonna go down well. All right? Because remember, this power team that you're trying to build, these are gonna be people that actually going to take you on the road for a long run. You're not looking at them to buy one property, two properties, but you're looking at them to buy 20, 30, 40, 50 properties. So you need them to be very, very much on top of their game. They need to be on top of the industry. You won't be able to know everything that is happening. Every new regulation changing in the financing world, etc. So, but your broker should be able to know about it because this is their area of expertise. So they need to educate you about it. Anything that changes when it comes to title search, insurance, title insurance, and etc. Your lawyer should be able to know that. And you also need a good um, insurance guy, right? You need a good insurance company that you're dealing with that can help you to give you insurance on your property. And all those, trust me, they are important. If you don't have a deal right now, you're not working into any deals, you might find it no problem. Yeah, I will have time. The most important thing is to find the deal, and then you go out there and you just go find a deal. When you actually find the deal and you actually ready to pull the trigger, and that's when you're gonna find how important having the good and right power team is important. Because I have deals that, because I didn't have the right person at the right spot, so then my deals almost fall apart. Okay, almost fall apart. This is how important it is. So what you need to do, this as the I would say, even before you actually and really get out there and try to find yourself a deal, it will be better to already have your power team lined up, have your lawyers ready. It's somebody you're gonna go sit down with them, you're gonna interview them. Okay, have your mortgage broker ready, have your real estate agent ready, have your property inspector ready, have your insurance guy ready, have your bird dog. Everybody need to line up, because real estate investing, as long as you don't talk to somebody, you don't make money. It's a people business, you and people business. So you constantly need to talk to people. So there will be a time for me to come here, be in front of the computer and do a whole bunch of research. And there will be another time where actually I need to go out meeting people, talking to different power teams and see, hey, how can I make this happen? And I'll tell you, sometimes you save me thousands of dollars by just calling my lawyer and say, hey, I'm looking at this deal. What do you think? Hey, my mortgage broker, I say, hey, I want finance for this property. Here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do a fix and flip. How can I make this happen? It saved me a lot of money because my real estate agent can communicate to me exactly what I can expect for this area based on the sold comps that have been happening. So the properties that have been sold on this area, here's how they've been sold for. Here's their square footage. Here is their it's a three beds, 2.5 baths, and so on. Here is the specific criteria of each of those properties that have been sold in this area for $350,000, so that I can base my project. Okay, so I know that because I want to be competitive, so I can leave the leeway, maybe a $10,000, $20,000, whatever it may be, so that I can be competitive. And then if I'm doing a fix and flip, I don't have to stay on the market in the next year or so. So all those elements, power team members, they become very important as soon as you find the deal. And if you don't have them, sometimes you might end up losing the deal. And trust me, sometimes it takes you 2 months, 3 months to have a deal. So then, you don't have the right people. Can you imagine how frustrating that can be? How frustrated that can be. Very painful, because you've been working on this for months. You've been working on this for a long time. And then here you are bringing that deal to this lawyer, to this mortgage broker, and he told you this and this is gonna be done on this time. Like, I'll tell you what, I have people where I'm actually buying a property, and because of my mortgage broker, I keep delaying my closing day, because I don't have the right power team in that area. So I need to make a change. Okay, this is very important, guys. Make sure you have the right power team in place, the right property inspector. I got a lot of time I do went to own. All right, so on my went to own, I actually need to have a good, proper property inspector, because if he doesn't do the job right, so sooner or later the tenant buyer gonna come back to me and gonna say, hey, this was not checked. Hey, this inspection was not supposed to be this way, or whatever it may be. So you need a good property inspector. So having your white power team, very important. Now, how do you find them? Don't I would say you can just call them and just start interviewing them right from the get-go. But so that you don't waste too much time, I would say it's better that you go to your do the real estate investing club in your area. Go to the real estate investing club in your area and start asking them, hey, who do you use for lawyer? Hey, who do you use for mortgage broker? Who do you use for property inspector? And start asking other real estate investors in the area for their power team, and they will be more than happy to open up to you their power team members. I am sure, there's no doubt about it. More than happy. Okay, but don't go out there and just try to do everything on your own. You won't be able to. It is impossible. So you absolutely need a power team. As I'm standing here, I don't stand here by myself. I got my lawyer standing beside me. I got my mortgage broker standing beside me. I got my real estate agent, my accountant, my everybody, my bird dog, everybody's standing with me in my power team, so that every time I'm looking at the deal, even though you see me only, I'm not by myself. I'm surrounded by experts. You may not be the expert, but you have to be surrounded by the expert. So get your power team in place, guys, and come into Real Estate Investing TV so that you can have much more information. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, I'm glad you stuck with us. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you need to do that. Down below, there's a subscribe button. Subscribe, and you will have all the updated information about real estate investing. This is very important. Stick with us. Subscribe today. I see you guys. Bye.